relationship / friendship that we ever thought we would see come crumbling down. And again, this might be, let me see. Okay. This might be an unpopular opinion because I'm seeing so many people Scheana bashing on social media. Oh, Shay is Scheana-ing. She's making everything about her. I have a very different opinion about this. Like, I know Scheana can be a lot of things, but I have a lot of empathy for what she's going through. Now, when it comes to Scheana and Brock, I have a whole lot of thoughts on that. That's for a whole different video. But when it comes to Scheana and the Lala situation, or Scheana and the Ariana situation, again, I don't think Scheana is jealous of Ariana. And I've said it before, but I think it's very lazy work to just say that she's jealous of her and that's why she's feeling some type of way. To me, that's not actually using our emotional intelligence and nuance and understanding levels to friendships. I don't think that Scheana is jealous of Ariana. This isn't jealousy. This is something else. So let's read and then we'll dive in. So this is from People Magazine. Scheana admits to feeling not valid as she learns Ariana is living her Dance to Make the Stars dream. I'm afraid to express how I feel because it's not about me. It's never been about me. It's only about her. So I'm struggling with having any conversation with her lately, Scheana says of Ariana. Scheana Shay knows her friendship with Ariana Madix has changed amid the fallout of Scandival. In a preview for next week's episode of Vanderpump Rules, the Good as Gold singer tells Lisa Vanderpump that she'd had the most emotionally draining day while grappling with forgiving Ariana's ex Tom Sandoval for his affair with Raquel Rachel Leviss. I cried so much my eyelashes were dry and hurt, she admits. I'm going through the stages of grief with Sandoval. What do you mean grief? Or what you have, Lisa, 63, asks Scheana, who responds, yes, of that friendship. So Scheana's saying she's grieving the loss of the friendship she had with Tom Sandoval. When Lisa asks if she's worried that Ariana, 38, will be upset if she befriends Sandoval again, she responds, it's just hard when I try to tell her how I'm feeling when it comes to Sandoval. She literally said, I don't want to hear about it. The reality star admits that she no longer feels she can talk openly with Ariana, saying in a confessional, I've done everything I can to be ride or die for her, but is it not enough still? I'm afraid to express how I feel because it's not about me. It's never been about me. It's only about her. So I've been struggling with having any conversations with her lately because I feel like I'm not valid in my feelings. Scheana admits that she has mixed emotions about Ariana getting new opportunities since Scandival blew up, including joining the cast of Dancing with the Stars. A few weeks ago, I picked up Dan at the airport, she tells Lisa, referencing Ariana's boyfriend, Daniel Way. We grabbed lunch and he was like, oh, the announcement on Wednesday. Ariana had to stay in town, so I flew in because she can't come to New York. And I go, what announcement? He goes, Dancing with the Stars. And I was like, oh my God, Lisa responds before pointing out, when I did Dance to Make the Stars, you said to me, that's what I want more than anything. Scheana says she was gearing up for the opportunity herself should producers call her. This year I started taking dance class. I was preparing in case I did get it, she says. I'm so happy for her, but it's like I can be happy for her and sad for me at the same time. She calls the casting news kind of a punch in the gut before sarcastically adding, and good for her. I mean, she has come such a long way from being my backup dancer. Lisa encourages her to discuss how she's feeling with Ariana, but Scheana insists Ariana shuts me down. All I want for Scheana is to, at some point, be able to say exactly what she's thinking, Lisa says in a confessional. There is always that push and pull and her trying to make everybody happy, but it's okay to say, you know what? It really hurt my feelings. What's wrong with that? Okay, now we're going to get into this. Okay. Now, a couple of things. Number one, Ariana needs to humble herself. And when I say humble herself, I don't mean kiss anybody's butt or dim her shine or not take opportunities that come her way. That's not what I mean. Because humility is not about being a doormat. Humility is not about dimming your light or your shine to make other people feel more comfortable. That's not, humility is having grace and gratitude and what word am I looking for? I guess like discernment and empathy when it comes to other people as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's really what humility is. It's owning your power with grace. To me, that's what being humble is. You know, it's like, yes, I'm blessed. Yes, I have all of these things, but I'm taking it with grace. That to me is more of what humility it is. So when I say that Ariana needs to humble herself, I'm not saying she needs to dim her shine. I would never tell any other human to do that. No, you shine as bright as you can, like the star that God made you. Do it, right? But you do it with grace and you do it with deference to other people as well, to other people's emotions. And I think where Ariana is missing the mark is that she is trying to enforce this loyalty to her. You know, you're either with me or you're not with me, with people that she's not showing that same level of loyalty and that same level of thoughtfulness to. Like she wants everybody to shout out to the Real Housewives of which Real Housewives is it? I can't remember it. It's like Sydney or Cheshire or one of them, where Gina's like everybody. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyway, so Ariana wants everybody to defer to her feelings, to her emotions, to what she needs, to be thoughtful of what she's going through, of what Tom did to her. And you need to ride with me. And if you don't ride with me, then you're dead to me, right? She's wanting this blind loyalty from people that she's treating like crap. Don't expect me to ride into the dawn with you when you're not riding into the dawn with me. Hell no. If I'm being loyal to you, you're sure as hell going to be loyal to me because this is a two-way street, boo-boo. It's not a one-way street. It's a two-way street. And that's where Ariana is falling flat. You know, that's where she's really falling flat because she knew how much Dancing with the Stars meant to Scheana. Everybody knew how much it meant to Scheana. Come on now. So when she got Dancing with the Stars, she should have given her the heads up. If she's supposed to be her friend, she's supposed to be her best friend, especially somebody you're expecting blind loyalty from. You're not going to give them the heads up. It's like Scheana said. She's like, I'm learning all of these things on Instagram. Like I'm a fan like everybody else. And then Ariana, you got caught in a big lie. And this is a thing. It's like, don't play in our faces like we're stupid. We know how things work, sweetheart. Ariana's like, well, I had an ironclad NDA and I couldn't tell anybody. Excuse me, miss? You were posting about it on your Instagram, about like getting Chicago and everything else. And then also Dan, your boyfriend, knew about it. He was the one who told Scheana. So if you had the ability to post about your opportunities on Instagram, if you had the ability to tell your boyfriend, you had the ability to tell Scheana. I'm not saying break your NDA, but you clearly were, the NDA was clearly over and void, and you were allowed to publicly talk about it since you were publicly talking about it. So what Scheana is saying, I'm happy for you, but you're not treating me like I'm your friend. You're treating me like I either need to, like I'm a fan and like I'm your soldier, but you're not treating me like a friend. But you expect me to treat you like the queen of the world and be blindly loyal to you. That's where I think the real disconnect is. And I don't think that's jealousy at all. I don't think that Scheana's jealous that she got it. I think Scheana is feeling like, well, wait a minute. I feel some type of way because you're treating me like I'm just another chick on the street, but yet you're asking me to like follow you to the end of the earth and give up a 15-year friendship. Also, I think a big factor is this also did happen to Scheana in the sense of, to be honest with you, Scheana got the brunt of this even more than Ariana, to be honest, because Ariana, stop lying, girl. You knew your relationship was trash. You knew it was trash. You knew that it was one leg out the door, one leg in the door. You knew you guys weren't sleeping together. You were fighting. You know, he was never home. And as you said at the reunion, he would tell you what to say to keep your story straight, and you were totally fine with that. Now, I say that, but I'm not saying that it was okay for him to cheat on her. That's not what I'm saying. If you were in an unhappy relationship, you end the relationship. You don't cheat on someone and make a fool of them, especially with somebody who's claiming to be their friend. I'm not saying that at all. But Ariana needs to stop acting like she was left at the altar by this man. You weren't left at the altar. Come on now, girl, get with it. But what happened, and you're getting all of these opportunities, which is great. I'm not saying that she wasn't hurt by it, but Ariana, like she said on the show, she had $2,000 left in her bank account. And I believe her. I think she probably was. It's honestly kind of scary how many of these people, particularly on Vanderpump Rules, and I'm sure other reality stars, are so broke. Like Tom was saying he was broke. He had to go tour. Schwartz was saying he was broke. Ariana said she had $2,000 left. She was saying she was broke until Scandal. And Scheana was saying how when she was pregnant, which was maybe 3 years ago, during COVID, she said she was broke, didn't have any money coming in. Now Scheana, side note, because now I'm gonna talk to Scheana real quick. Scheana, girl. What the hell are you doing with Brock? Ain't no way I'm going to be pregnant with a full-grown man's baby, and I am so broke with zero money coming in that I'm going to need Tom Sandoval to cash at me a couple of grand to stay afloat. What the hell is Brock doing? What is Brock doing? Because Scheana said she was pregnant. Her podcast at that time had gotten canceled, and she didn't have any money coming in. What is Brock doing? The man who put that baby in your belly, the man who was living with you. What is he doing? Scheana, do better. But Scheana, this is your fault because you knew who you got with. You knew that this was a man who had no problem deserting his own children. And if a man will desert his own children, he will sure as hell desert you. And in my personal opinion, Scheana, girl, you in danger. And we've been seeing how Brock talks to you this entire time. I got my own speculations about Brock and his little friend O'Sheen over on Southern Hospitality, and how Brock is now wearing very, very high heels. Brock's heels are higher than mine. I'm not being shady when it comes to anybody's sexuality. It's not my place to speculate. But if you put it out there, I'm going to talk about it because you're the person putting it out there. But with respect, we know how we roll here. Everybody, we're inclusive here. We will shade everybody equally because everybody's equal. Scheana, girl, you done messed up. You should have watched my videos. Brock doesn't like you, boo-boo. Brock saw you as a cash cow come up. Anytime a man slides into your DMs as a fan, anytime a man is willing to desert his own children, anytime a man is willing to take your money to fund an app, you got a problem. That's why his name is not on the deed of the new house you got. Because I don't think y'all going to make it very much longer. And I don't even think he cares, because I think the moment he makes a little cute coin, he's going to be out. Because he used his connection to you with Bravo, with NBC, with being on the show, because Scheana was on, I think she was either on Watch What Happens Live or Juicy Scoop with Heather McDonald, or she was on some show talking about how, or no, it was Jeff Lewis, maybe it was Jeff Lewis, talking about how, Brock is like selling TV shows about like rugby or something. In my mind, I'm like, Brock only has these opportunities because he's with you. I don't think that Brock would be able to pitch TV shows, if he hadn't already been on Bravo and NBC and all that stuff. And he just only saw you as a cash cow and a come up. Scheana, before you laid down and got pregnant with this man, before you married this man, you should have done some deep, deep, deep therapy. And you should have learned to love yourself first. That's why you are in one-sided marriages. That's why you are in one-sided friendships. One-sided friendship with Sandoval. To be honest with you, the saddest part is I actually think Tom Sandoval, out of Ariana and Brock, and Tom, I actually think Tom is the kindest to Scheana out of her so-called best friend Ariana and out of her so-called deadbeat husband Brock. To be honest with you, Tom Sandoval, I think, is better to Scheana than all of them. I know, and I'm gonna compartmentalize this because people have moments. I know what he did with the restraining order was horrible. I know what he did when he told her, "Oh, you're fake and we didn't have a friendship and you punched Rachel." I know that situation was horrible and dead wrong. I know that. I'm talking about in totality. In totality. That's why I think Scheana is having such a hard time letting the friendship with Tom go, because I do think in totality, Sandoval is actually a better friend to Scheana than Ariana is, and is a better friend to her than her own husband is. That's kind of where I land on that. And I think that's really, really sad. Really, 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 really sad. But Scheana, you knew who you were marrying, and you made every excuse for him. And he's just treating you how he treats everybody because you knew who he was. All right, that was a complete tangent. Let's get back to Scheana versus Ariana. So, yes, again, I don't think it's jealousy. I think it's more of and I also think Scheana is scared to really go against Ariana because of backlash. You know, all Scheana is saying is, listen, like, you're treating me like I'm a fan. You're not being honest with me. And like, I'm mourning the loss of the friendship. And also, don't forget, also humility when it comes to Ariana. We can't forget how this all started. Ariana was Scheana's backup dancer / friend who thought she was better than reality TV because everybody on the show wanted to be actors, all of them. They were all actor models, right? Every single person on the show wanted to be an actor, including Ariana. She thought that if I'm on a reality show, I won't be taken seriously as an actor, so I don't want to be on this show. And it was like pulling teeth with her to get her on the show, to do anything. She would kind of like put her hair over her face because she didn't want to be on a reality show. But Scheana was the one who was like, you need to come on, be on the show, you don't have any money, let's get you a check, like, let's get you on the show. Scheana was really her champion. Also, don't forget, Scheana and Tom Sandoval were friends before Scheana even ever met Ariana. They were friends first. Before the show, Scheana and Tom were working at I think it was Villa Blanca in Bev Hills. So they were working together for about a year before the show, and they were really good friends before the show. And then when the show started, Tom was the only person who was really nice to Scheana because Stassi didn't like her because Stassi had her own issues. And then Kristen and Katie would just follow whatever Stassi said. And Tom at the upfronts was like, no, Scheana, you're a part of the cast. Come get into their photos and like bring her in, And so I think for everything Scheana has, she clearly has low self-esteem. And I think that Tom, he isn't perfect, but I do think that he likes to sort of, align himself with the underdog because that's how he feels important. But it's still a nice thing to do. They had a very good, close friendship for a long time. And no, I don't think that Scheana's in love with Tom or anything happened between them. Those other stupid conspiracies out there, I don't think that's true either. And Scheana was the one who introduced Ariana and Tom together, introduced them together. So Scheana has done a lot for Ariana. Let's be very clear. She introduced her to Tom and she got her on the show, got her a little check, got her a little come up. Because to be honest with you, Ariana's boring. She's boring. Even in this season of Scandival, she's boring. And I implore anybody to tell me that Ariana isn't boring as hell. What does Ariana got going on? She's boring. This whole I'm such a cool girl. You're not that cool. Sweet stuff. You're not that cool. You're not that cool. And before the weirdos come out, I don't hate her. I don't dislike her. I don't know her at all. I'm just giving my opinion on the personas and personalities that they portray on a reality TV show. This isn't personal. This isn't anything like that. I don't hate anybody. So before the weirdos come out accusing me of hating somebody, let's be clear, put on our, emotional, intelligent hats on I don't hate anybody. I'm just saying she's boring. She's boring to me. So I do think that when it comes to Ariana versus Scheana, I don't think Scheana is jealous. I think Scheana is just sort of like, just like she said, it's never been about me. I've never had a season where I was the queen of the season, where I got the great edit. It's never really been about me. I'm mourning a lot of stuff. I have stuff going on too. And this was an opportunity that like I really wanted and I didn't get it. And my supposedly best friend couldn't be bothered to even tell me about it. Oh, and that's the lie. I think I said it before, but with Ariana using the excuse of an NDA, that doesn't fly, sweetheart. Because when Scheana said she found out she found about Dancing with the Stars from Daniel. So if Ariana could tell Daniel, she could tell Scheana. And it was another opportunity because Ariana's had so much stuff, but there was another one where she was finding out on Instagram. If you can post it on Instagram, you can call your friend and tell them. And I feel the same way. Obviously on a different scale, but like if somebody that I know and I'm like quote friends with, and I find out that you are if I find out that you are engaged, broken up, or pregnant on social media, we are not friends. And to me, that's kind of synonymous to it because I'm not a famous person, So it's like my friends aren't on like Dance with the Stars. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yet manifest it. Anyway, so that to me is like the analogy that I would use for it. If I'm in a group of girlfriends and I found out that you get engaged from your Instagram post, not from the group chat, not from a personal text, we're not friends. We're associates. Okay? Don't get it twisted. People go around using that friend word, throwing it around. To me, a friend is a friend is a friend. If I find out any big life event on social media, we are acquaintances. We are not friends. I need to find out about the breakup, the baby, the ring, in the group chat, or else we ain't friends. And that's just what it is. And that's basically in my mind, that's really where Scheana is coming from. And that's her struggle, where she's like, I can't talk about what I'm going through. I can't talk about how this has affected me. I can't talk about grieving my friend that I knew before you, who I introduced you to, any of that, because you are the only person in this situation who's allowed to mourn. You are the only person in this situation who's allowed to be hurt. And if I just don't do what you say, how you want me to do it, then all of a sudden I'm the bad person. I am, flip-flop Scheana. I'm this, I'm that. I'm stupid to go back to him, blah, 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 blah. So in this situation, I'm on Scheana's side because you're not going to expect blind loyalty from me when you're treating me like another chick. Not going to happen. But I want to know what you guys think, I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about this? Everybody's saying Scheana's jealous. I don't think it's jealousy. And what do you think about Ariana expecting everybody to kiss her, to bow to her, but she's not showing that same type of love to them? And also, let's not forget, how Ariana said that she's not really close to these chicks. On the Call Her Daddy podcast, she was like, they're not like my inner circle. I don't really know them like that. And to be honest, Ariana has never really been a girl's girl. She's never really been down with the girls. I think she tolerates Scheana, but she's never been a true friend to Scheana. When? I'll wait. But as always, be sure to put it down below and be sure to like, subscribe, and share. So with that, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to drink a little bit of tea.